Oh, like, well,
Yeah,
someone make like a ringtone sound, and then someone pick up, and then I'll start going like.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Horrormongers. I got tired of us talking about how we're going to start it, and I just started the episode.
Great intro.
Great intro. Nailed it. BJ was going to do a bit where he sounded creepy.
Yeah, Brad, say what you're going to say.
You're going to say. It's very appropriate. It's on theme for this week's episode. You gotta say, Billy.
My name's Billy.
Don't kill the baby.
Oh, this is be the best one yet.
Great intro.
Yeah.
There, we got him hooked, line, and sinker.
Oh, Margot Kidder.
All right, so welcome to the Horrormongers. I am one of the three co-hosts. I gotta say this so Brad doesn't try to weasel his way into being the host. I am one of the three co-hosts. There's three co-hosts. I am Zach.
I'm Matt.
And I'm the one co-host, Brad.
The only co-host.
With my two side hosts.
And this is Brad's last episode.
Yeah, we finally got some of those resumes finally came in. I've been doing interviews to replace Brad.
Oh, they came in.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we got a whole stack.
Front runner is Nick.
I'm going to burn them all. The people, not the resumes.
Nick Beckman is our front runner for our new Brad.
Oh, he is great with all of his sports facts and updates.
It's really on point for the podcast about horror. Occasionally, it's about horror. This week's episode is continuing our really month of Christmas. It has been, 2 weeks since we did our last episode?
It has been.
Feels like a
If I'm
long
looking at
time.
the calendar.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yes.
Feels like a long time. Even though this is like this is our normal recording schedule, it kind of feels like it's been a while since we recorded last.
With our working schedules, it's been a very long month.
Yeah, I'll get to that. It's a busy time. Yeah.
Well, we're getting into the holiday spirit.
Yeah, we are. Last episode we talked about.
Oh,
Go
God.
on.
Oh,
was it?
man.
God.
All the dirty words. You know.
I can't even think of what the name of the episode was. That burp just interrupted my...
Of what episode? The last one?
Yeah, what was the name of the movie?
We did...
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God.
Better Watch
Out. Better Watch Out. Definitely didn't read that. I remembered because I don't have...
We're on point. Let me go get the calendar so we can read it.
Oh, we can...
Keep talking. You're good.
All right. Better Watch Out was our last episode. This
Give you
episode...
permission to keep talking, by the way. I just want everyone to know.
Today's episode is... Half the calendar's erased. I can't see it, but you erased half of it. Okay, today's episode is a
No, we can't see it.
twofer.
Brad just put it underneath
God,
the table.
We're just nailing it. Yeah. It's a twofer today. Today's a twofer. Really, because...
Wait, it's a twofer? Mm-hmm. Do you know it's a twofer, Matt?
Yeah, it's a twofer.
It's a twofer.
Goofer.
Go on.
No, I'm done. I'm leaving. I don't need to
All right, I'm going to be the only one doing this podcast now.
We're doing Black Christmas.
Yeah,
but it's also a remake versus original.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's like a 2-4. 2-4.
2 for you guys.
You know, I think it took way too long for them to make a Black Christmas. Since we had a white Christmas, I think it's
equality. I mean, the whole...
Exactly.
It's 2018, people. It's time we had a Black Christmas.
exactly.
It really is.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's really ahead of its time, though, because 1974 was the first one.
Mm-hmm. I think there should be a Latina Christmas.
A yellow Christmas.
Yep.
A red
Oh,
Christmas.
yellow Christmas, yeah.
You
I
know,
think that'll be the
racist.
next one, yellow Christmas.
an olive Christmas.
Is that for Greeks?
Yeah, and Middle Easterns. Jeez, they like olives too. So it is a remake and original, plus it's Christmas themed, Black Christmas. Can't get much more Christmassy than that, except for maybe next episode,
Yes.
which is going to be Santa's Sleigh.
Yes.
You can't tell BJ loves that movie.
Yes.
So before we get into it, I do want to talk about some update, just news on the channel or on the podcast. I've been super busy, obviously. That's going to slow down near the end of this week. I'll be back full force. I'll be updating the Twitter and the Facebook, and we're moving forward with our ideas. This will soon be on YouTube. Tim, if you're listening, I'll post those things into the shared folder so you can do that sometime this week. So we'll be on YouTube. I'll post them on Facebook when that happens.
I feel like we could have just had a meeting about this.
Are you upset because...
episode.
Well, no, I'm letting people know.
Yeah.
Actually,
about
fuck
it.
the meeting. We just put this on an email.
Yeah.
Most meetings we just okay
And then people know what's going on, that we're not dead. Well, I'm not dead. I am dead.
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Hey, we have a Patreon. I haven't touched that in a couple weeks since I've started this new gig. But I'll have time.
Do you still just have the one?
Yeah.
Tim.
The one. Tim is the only.
Still Tim. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
I'm going to update that more. We're already working on episodes in January, so we're moving forward.
Yes.
We're moving forward.
Yes.
Oh my god. Near the end of January, we'll let you know more. If you want to start reading Salem's Lot, because we're going to do another book club.
Yes.
Is that
We're
all
gonna
you
be
can
doing
say?
that. We're gonna be doing that in January.
We're going to do that in probably end of January, like one of the last weeks of January. We're going to do Salem's Lot book club.
Yes.
That's my thing.
No.
So if anyone listening has read it and want to be on the episode, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
More
be
the
neat.
merrier.
But if you haven't, want to go ahead and start reading it so you can know what we're talking about. Are we going to watch the miniseries? There's like a mini-series, like a...
There's a mini... No,
Salem's
there was
Lot?
2 movies.
Yeah, it's a miniseries. It's not really a
Oh.
movie. It's like all Stephen King movies are miniseries.
there is an original film and a newer film.
Which is the newer one? What year? Do you know?
It's got Rob Lowe in it. That's all I know.
Okay, that's the one I knew that was a miniseries.
Oh.
Like from the
That could
early
be- that could be a
2000s or late
miniseries.
90s, I think.
That could be.
Well,
There's a lot going on in that book to fit into one movie, so...
yeah. I mean, all Stephen King books are like the Bible
Yeah.
in length, except for Carrie. But so we're gonna do that. That's coming up. So stay tuned. I am moving forward with the YouTube, Discord, all that. Stay tuned to that. I'm teaching these 2 chuckleheads how to use Discord.
Yeah. First time hearing about it too.
What?
Oh, Discord. That is.
No, it's not. Guys, listen to episode 3 or 4 when I first talk about Discord.
Oh, I gotta remember that.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the movies we watched this week, which are none because we're so busy. But but we have something we're doing in place of that because last episode we left you all hanging. We talked about the doorknobs, which we said we'd get to.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did
On
mention
Better
the
Watch
doorknobs.
Out. The doorknobs. We're going to discuss the doorknobs right now. And Brad, how you love the height placement of the doorknobs in the movie Better Watch Out.
I had a lot of questions.
Go on.
The main one was, why were the doorknobs so high on the doors?
They were not very
No,
high.
that was-
They were
that was
perfect,
the-
perfect level.
they were
Eye
like
level.
shoulder.
Eye level is the level I want all my doorknobs to be.
Yeah.
at.
They should be dick level.
These most doorknobs are dick-ish level.
Yeah.
Depending on height.
Ish.
Depends on how tall you are.
Waist high, eye level to, like
Also,
a
vagina
midget.
level for the women out there.
Yeah.
I mean, just because they don't know where the dick is located.
But these doorknobs were more, if you were to have the excuse that you ran indoor doorknob kind of thing, that would make sense to these doorknobs.
For a black eye.
For a black eye,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were about eye level, and it vexed. That's the word I'm going to use. Vexed Brad the entire movie.
Okay, when you're reaching above your shoulder height to grab the doorknob,
It's almost like a fun house,
I don't-
right? It's
I don't
almost
know
like
what's
they were in a fun house.
yeah.
You know, like the doorknob's ridiculously high up. You almost have to jump to reach the doorknob.
It made me think of that's maybe how Peter Jackson did all the Lord of the Rings movies with the Hobbits. So all the doorknobs are so high, I'm so little.
Yeah.
The entire time, every time they reach for a doorknob, I'm like, why is Patrick Warburton 4 feet tall?
Yeah, well...
That doesn't make sense.
I thought the doorknobs were on point. I really like the deco, the Art Deco, the doorknobs being 9 feet tall, and like your little kid, you have to jump and try to open the door like you're 4 years old, you can't quite reach the doorknob yet. You gotta get a chair.
Ooh, maybe that was the whole point. Maybe they were such.
Oh, don't dissect this more than it needs to be.
The parents.
Here we go. Here we go.
When he was such a little kid, they didn't want him escaping the house, so they made the doorknob to where he couldn't reach.
Because he lied and said that he was sleepwalking.
Yeah. Ooh.
There we go. Or
So they moved the doorknobs
or
in?
just a bunch of hipsters made this stupid house.
Oh, maybe.
I think that's more likely.
It was a nice house though.
Oh yeah,
It's a very nice house.
Yeah.
It's like Home Alone. That was a super nice house.
At the time,
what the
yeah.
hell did Kevin McAllister's dad do?
I don't know. He has all of those kids, and he can afford all that stuff. How many people were living at that house at the time?
9.
I don't think they were living there. They were just staying there for the holidays.
Oh yeah,
It was only it was the parents and then Kevin and
cousins and all that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
who lived in the house
no,
was just
wasn't his brother was
how many kids did the McAllisters
Shit,
shit
Buzz.
out?
Buzz. Yeah, wasn't Buzz his brother?
Yeah, but did he just have one brother? Do you have a
he had-
sister?
Maybe
Shit.
it was 5.
I haven't seen the movie
tops.
since high school.
I don't know.
remember. All I remember is Macaulay Culkin. I know what Michael Jackson saw in that kid. No. So, yeah, the doorknobs I was fine with. I thought that was a really good touch. Like it really,
I thought they were pretty high.
Okay.
It immersed me. It immersed me in the movie.
So you
They
saw
were
the doorknobs.
unique.
You're like, oh, good job, director. That was a great
A
touch.
great choice. The doorknobs being eye level really
It's a perfect height.
ties the room together. Yeah, so you got anything else to say about the doorknobs?
I'm just still
I
confused.
feel like we should post a picture or something.
So
people can see.
we can
I could do that.
It's ridiculous.
But
the
one of you
doorknobs.
two will have to because I'm lazy. So
Yeah.
Matt's lazy. Brad?
Also lazy.
Super lazy.
Yeah, very lazy.
One of us, maybe if someone on the Facebook group could, that'd be amazing. 'Cause
Yeah, look
do
it
our-
up
Do our
right
job
now
for
and-
us. That'd
Should we
be
do a
great.
rating of our laziness since we do a rating of our movies?
Yeah, alright. So
I get it.
5 being like Zach levels of lazy, 1 being Matt levels of lazy, and 3.5 being Brad levels of lazy.
Is this out of 10? What are we doing?
5. Oh, wait, we
Oh,
know
is,
it's at 10.
wait, is 5 most lazy?
Oh, God. I messed up the order. 10. Okay, it's out of 10.
Is 10 most lazy?
10 is most lazy.
and then 1 is least lazy.
Yeah, it means you actually
So
like to work
Matt
out.
is
for
not
fun.
lazy at all, is what you're saying.
Compared to me.
Well, I wait till last minute to get stuff done.
Oh, yeah, you also don't watch half the movies we normally talk about.
Yeah,
so-
that too. I only watch good movies.
There you go. Which is like none of what we watch.
Yeah, I've been watching Hallmark Channel, all their Christmas movies. So.
Oh, the good movies.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
We watch the terrible movies, so you don't have to. Okay, my laziness is a 9.2.
Ooh, that's pretty lazy.
Yeah, it
that's
really
very lazy.
Like I would totally not work if I could.
Yeah.
Do you work to not work?
Yeah, of
Would
course.
you say?
Yeah, everyone does.
Well, if that's the case, then that doesn't make you entirely lazy because you're working to not work.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. 8.4. I'm making up arbitrary numbers. Doesn't matter to me. 7.2. 156.
I'm a 45,
Out of 10.
maybe.
Okay.
Arbitrary numbers.
I'm 7.AJ. C.
That makes sense, just like the doorknobs. As much sense as the doorknobs, I would say.
Yeah.
Equal. No sense.
Interesting.
And no one cares about Matt. So let's move
Yeah.
on.
I don't know.
Matt, what's your lazy?
I'm too lazy to think of it.
Can't even give a fake number. It's
Yeah.
Pretty fucking lazy.
I don't know. I'd say a 5. I don't know.
You fence sitter. 5 is a coward's number.
I'm gonna go. take
5 is a
nap
coward's
somewhere.
number. 5 is what you say when you don't want to like be on definite.
Okay,
I'm
6.
somewhere in the middle.
Does that make Matt the most lazy? Because he
Yeah.
couldn't even come up with a number?
Matt wins the award. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the main attraction.
All right, I'm out of here.
All right, man. Been nice talking to you. Brad's gone.
See ya.
So the main
Bye!
the main theme is Black Christmas. We'll start with. Want to start with the original?
Yeah. Start with the original.
No, let's start with the remake, Zach. That makes sense.
Well, like,
Damn.
it kind of does in a way because the remake is more of an origin story than the fucking original. If you think about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was the Rob Zombie's Halloween.
we talked about this. Oh yeah, then the episode we talk about some stuff. Brad and I have words.
Okay.
Reboot versus remake.
All right.
Are we gonna talk about this first?
No, we're talking about Black Christmas first. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because it's a remake, not a reboot, no matter what Brad says.
All right.
So let's start with the orig. Black Christmas, 1974, starring Lois Lane and some chick with an accent we can't
super
quite
hot.
nail.
The very ambiguous accent.
She sounds British at times, Asian at others, and Latina at others.
Was that the accent?
I don't know, yeah.
No, it was like Midwestern, then all of a sudden it would go into something else. I'm like, that was kind of British,
But
but
not quite.
can't, like, yeah. I could never, like...
It's
It's
like
like, what
she
the
was an
fuck?
American actor doing a fake British accent, trying to hide her fake American accent, which is really a British accent, but really American accent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Actually, that was, like, spot on.
It was bad. I don't know. She should have just went full accent. Maybe that was her accent. Maybe she has like a mental accent. Like.
Yeah, at least she was attractive.
Yeah, she's the main character.
Yeah, she was.
Yay!
Her name is what, Jess?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the original Black Christmas, 1974. It's your typical. It's kind of early in the slasher genre, really. 74 is
Yeah,
early
74.
Yeah.
I was surprised when I found out how early that movie
because
came out.
it is a slasher. Black Christmas is definitely a considered slasher.
I think that was the same year that Texas Chainsaw Massacre was released.
Yeah.
So and that was, I feel like Texas Chainsaw really set the bar for slasher.
Yeah,
films.
it really kicked it off. So really early slasher. It's Christmas time at a sorority house.
Wait, really? Mm-hmm. This isn't an Easter movie.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Sorry, Brian.
Yeah.
shit.
Well, not a St. Patrick's Day movie either.
Oh man.
Black Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Oh.
So these sorority girls are at the sorority house on Christmas Eve or whatever. It's snowing, of course.
Yes.
They all look 70s as fuck.
Yes.
It's actually a white Christmas.
It is. There was not a single black person. That's a really misleading name.
There was one
that
black
is
person
true.
in the original,
Who?
but he was like when the dad was waiting for the pick up his daughter.
Yeah.
You see one black guy walking.
Oh, walking by. He doesn't even have a speaking line, though.
Nope.
No.
That's the only one.
There's not a single black person that speaks in this entire movie, so it really should be a white Christmas.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Writing in this
Angry
movie now.
letter.
So these white girls are at a sorority, and they're being picked off one at a time by a unseen murderer who also calls and gives them obscene phone calls, which Brad was going to reenact.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about the original, which surprised all three of us, really. The graphic language.
Yeah.
Of what he says. That's why Brad didn't do it, because like it was so graphic that we were afraid to say it.
I was very surprised.
All right, I'll say it. They say cunt a lot.
Whoa!
We are so sorry for his behavior. We will replace him with a minority woman. Don't worry.
We'll bleep out the cunt word later.
Yeah, I'm totally good at bleeping out cuss words like cunt, shit, fuck. Those will all be bleeped. Don't worry. Just in your head, bleep out every time we say the word cunt.
No, the way he was talking about that.
It wasn't even just the word.
Detail
I have no
about
problem with the
what
word.
he's gonna do with
The cunt.
the cunt.
I have no problem with the word, but what he was saying he was going to do to it.
With his cock.
Yeah, and the adjectives. The adjectives he used.
The adjectives.
Oh, he's like,
It was horrifying.
I'll use the adjectives without the word. He used tight, pink,
Don't say it.
Moist.
moist, licking.
That's a verb.
Is it a verb?
Licking.
Lickily.
Lickily.
Lickingly.
He was licking Lee.
Lickingly.
It was just a very obscene phone
I was
calls.
very uncomfortable with it.
Yeah, for the time, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Apparently cunt hadn't caught on as a bad word back then. Neither did being creepy. But that was the point, right? He was supposed to...
Or maybe it was such a bad word and it was like shocking back in the day.
That was the point.
Like, holy fuck.
This guy's unhinged. I mean, this is not like a... Okay, so this is like he's calling and like leaving these, saying there's like a prank phone call type thing, but it's not like cheesy. It's actually really creepy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to back up a little bit because like the first time they, quote unquote, show the killer, whatever, it's his point of view.
Yeah.
It's very much a Friday the 13th-esque, killer point of view.
Yeah.
And they're showing him creeping outside the sorority house, and I think he peeks in the front door window.
Psycho used that point of view a lot.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I need to rewatch
Because
it.
the whole ending of Psycho, if you see
been
the
like 2 years since
the
I've
whole
seen
ending
it.
is who the killer actually is in Psycho.
Wait, who's the killer?
Spoilers: Norman Bates is. Not his
What?
mom.
Yep.
No!
At the time, at the time, you assumed it was the mom. You assumed it was the mom. He was wearing a wig and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but no, the famous shower scene was like from the point of view.
That was a great scene.
Like, 2 stabs, 3 stabs. So anyway, going back to the point of view of the killer.
No, it was creepy because it wasn't just the fact that they show his point of view. He's creeping around, but you can actually hear him just going.
I really thought it was Brad. I thought they revealed at the very end that Brad was the killer. The way he talked on the phone and breathed heavily.
Guys,
Yeah, the killer always sounded like he just came up a flight of stairs.
Yeah. Give me a minute. You're cunts. Oh, God. Oh. Give me 2 minutes. Oh, God.
Don't kill the baby.
Oh,
Billy. Past the 3rd grade. So, yeah.
what I found funny about it though was when he did call, the way Margot Robbie Margot Kidder.
I keep saying Margot Robbie too.
She's the current Margot that's famous.
Margot Kidder, by the way, Lois Lane.
Margot Kidder.
From
the way
the
she
original
handles
Superman.
it, because she's all drunk. She's like, fuck off, you little shit. Like, I don't think those were her exact words, but
Close.
yeah.
Something along those lines.
Pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
But she was just like, you're a little creep. Just kind of shrugs it off the whole thing. The whole, really creepy harassment.
I was surprised. Okay, this is before Margot Kidder was like super famous, obviously, because she wasn't in a lot. Wasn't she also in the other haunted house, the famous possession movie?
Famous possession movie.
Yeah,
every movie nowadays.
No,
is
I'm talking about in the
movies.
70s. The husband gets possessed, and they have the kids.
Amityville Horror.
Amityville Horror. Thank you. Wasn't she in the original Amityville Horror?
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen it.
I will.
All right, look it up. I'm pretty sure those of you at home who are listening
it would
probably
be nice if we had technology to look things up.
Yeah.
I did not bring my laptop.
In my
this
laptop,
time.
I know those at home can't see, but I'm very upset with having my laptop. It just says it's not in working condition.
I actually had Margot Kidder up on my phone.
Amityville Horror.
She was in Amityville.
Boom,
Horror.
she was the wife. Yeah,
that was 1979. That was actually right after Superman.
Oh yeah, it was. Good for her. So Margot Kidder's in it, looking fine.
Fine.
She's in it. This hot, ambiguously racial accented woman is the main character.
Well, she was white.
Was she?
The accent was ambiguous. She was.
No, I thought you said she was. She's Latina.
Oh no! I found out that she
looks white as hell, but
hold on. Let me go
I
back.
thought she was French.
She was Argentinian English.
Okay,
or something like
Argentinian
that.
is Latina. That's South America.
Yeah, I know, but she is an Argentine British actress.
Jesus. Yeah, so that explains the weird accent. Looks like she couldn't decide if she's Argentinian or British.
Yeah,
that was the issue. But anyway, she's
what do they speak in Argentina? Is it Portuguese or is it Spanish?
Argentinian.
No, it's Spanish.
Is it Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only Portuguese
Brazil.
in South America is
Is that just Brazil?
Yeah. Because Spain conquered most of South America.
She's like, "Me casa."
Stop calling on the telefono, mi casa, please.
Hey, Holmes.
Jesus, always the Californian.
Get off this line, eh?
Who's a calling the sorority, eh? So the movie is, I don't want to say it's a slow burn, but it's not like a fast pace. The original, it's not a fast pace.
Well, they kill someone off pretty quickly.
Yeah, but like it's not
right
like,
at the beginning.
Yeah, but then there's like a good 45 minutes before he strikes again. Like he just it's
story,
suspense.
Who
needs
do they
that?
add that in there?
So going on, the father of the woman who was murdered in the beginning is here to pick up his daughter who didn't show, and so he's like at the sorority, going, "Hey, what happened to my daughter?" And they go, "Oh, we haven't seen her. I don't know. What do you want
What
from
did
this,
happen to
sister?"
her, Zach? What happened to her?
She got a bag put over her head, and she was stabbed.
Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
But she's in the attic.
Did she survive?
In the end,
They don't make that clear.
yeah, I don't know. It's really ambiguous. I mean, they never feel for a pulse.
They did not check for a pulse. You were correct.
And they never use the words that they never say, "Oh my God, she's dead." Never do they say that. So and
How
she's
are we supposed
alive.
to know?
It's
As
probably
aliens.
froze to death then. She was in that attic the whole time.
No, she was still alive. She was rocking the rocking chair the entire time. She was in a rocking chair in the attic. So the father comes. The BJ's favorite character, the house marm. House marm.
Marm?
That's a word.
The house mom was amazing in that film.
Yeah, she was great.
She was hilarious.
She was an alcoholic.
Yeah, she kept buying little pints
What?
of booze everywhere.
What do you mean?
She
Whoa!
liked to party.
Well, I don't know why she
That's
was
how I
hiding it.
like to put it.
That's what alcoholic calls. When an alcoholic's like, "I'm not an alcoholic. I like to
No,
party."
She wasn't. Well, all the girls were drinking. She wasn't drinking with them. But then the girls are. I think she was trying to set a good example. But
She hid alcohol in her Bible. She hid it in the bathroom. She
It wasn't the Bible. It was B in the encyclopedias.
I assumed Bible.
B for booze. That's what she said.
I'm just saying.
She hid it in the back tank of the
when you hide
toilet.
booze in every scene you're in, you're drinking.
She did swish her mouth out with the whiskey.
She's an alcoholic. That's the whole point. She's an alcoholic. She's not who she portrays herself to be.
Okay. She's still hilarious.
Which we'll talk about. But no, she's not in it. One of the sorority girls is in the remake.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think she
That's
is.
a house
I
mom.
looked it up.
Jess lied to us?
I think Jess lied to us.
Jess is just saying that to make Brad feel happy because Brad called it.
Brad wouldn't like.
Brad's like, oh, she's definitely in the original.
But I will look that up right now.
There's a curly head girl in the original we're talking about. And,
Holy fuck.
yeah. But she really doesn't have much of a point. Doesn't she survive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she survives it.
Yes.
Her and Jess are the only two. No, wait, no, she doesn't survive.
that
She
is
doesn't.
her.
No, the curly-headed woman doesn't survive.
Oh, that's right, because her and the drunk girl.
Yeah, are killed
Yeah.
upstairs.
That is her, by the way. It's
Is it?
her name is Lady Parts. Nope, that's one of her books.
Lady Parks, what? What's her last name?
Her name's Phyllis. Wait,
Phyllis Lady
Phyllis.
Parks. Interesting. So
Andrea Martin.
So a slow story's going like, oh man, we gotta find out where this girl is, and really she's in the attic. You know, why not check in the attic? They checked everywhere in the house and outside, but they never checked the attic for her.
Yeah, they checked like the garden. And,
Yeah,
like...
I'm like, she's not under the toilet.
But we did find a lot of
Yeah.
empty liquor bottles in there.
So they're looking for her, and they go to the police, and there's this police sergeant, who's like completely moronic. They're doing this search for.
Talking about Nash.
Yeah, didn't know if Fellatio was.
Nash was the real villain of the movie.
Really was, but he did say the famous line in the movie.
Yes. No.
Calls
he did.
coming from
Yeah.
inside the
Yeah.
house.
No, whoa! You jumped the gun here. Jump the gun.
Okay, yeah, so they're still getting called. There is one competent-esque police officer, and he starts looking for. I can't remember her name. Probably hope I knew the name.
Jess.
Of the... No.
Oh no, Claire.
Claire, yeah. He's looking for Claire, and he's working with Jess. They tap the phones because the Jess goes, "We keep getting these inappropriate phone calls," and he's like, "Hey, maybe there's a correlation, seeing how the sorority girl gone missing, and you have these phone calls. Let's wiretap it, 1974 style."
Where they still had to go through an operator, and
Yeah.
They had this huge room.
Keep him on the line. 20 minutes was not enough time.
Yeah.
Give us at least an hour.
No, it was funny how they showed this guy trying to find where the call's coming from. It was a huge room full of all these like moving parts, and he's like going through all these aisles of like these mechanisms, and he's like, "Where's it coming from?"
Yeah, at this
Just
point,
like that.
He sounded just like that.
At this point, I want to mention, even though it's called Black Christmas, I didn't really get that much of a Christmas vibe other than snow. Like, I get that it was like Christmas Eve, but that's all they mentioned. Like, we'll talk about in the remake, it got more of a Christmas vibe in the remake.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Well, they were also
no,
doing
there were carolers.
in
There,
the original.
there were carolers. Yes.
When?
No, they're the children because at one point they found a child that was dead.
Oh, that's right. And then they go, we gotta get on the bus quick or whatever.
Yeah, we gotta get on the bus quick. There's a child found dead.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
don't even remember who the child was.
I
don't care as a kid.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they really go
They're
into
not
much
people.
detail about
They're
it.
not people until they're 17.
Because they were looking for the one girl. They finally, did a search party. They looked for the one girl.
That's when they
and
found
found a child. And they're like, "Who the fuck?"
Yeah, it's like, oh man, someone's killing people. We probably should not have the children out in the 10-degree weather singing carols in the first place, but let's get them on the bus now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like almost torture. They're forcing children to sing.
Yeah.
I didn't see any adults there.
Oh, there was the one.
Yeah, whipping them. Sing better! So...
Castrating for the Sopranos.
So, the movie, the cops are working to find out, and then the entire time, there's a side story going on that Jess, the ambiguous accent girl, she's pregnant with her...
The ambiguously accented woman.
Yeah. She's pregnant, and with her boyfriend, her boyfriend who's a
Peter.
creep. Peter, yeah.
Oh, that's right, Peter.
Peter! So, and she wants to get an abortion.
Well, she kept saying she wants to kill the baby.
No, she didn't say.
She
He
said
said that.
She said abortion.
He said
Oh,
you're
he's
not
the one
gonna
who said
kill.
kill.
Yeah, you're not gonna kill our baby.
God, there's a difference.
God damn it.
Let's not get political on this, okay? We're not gonna talk about if abortion's murder.
Well, I think... Anyway, go
In
on.
my opinion, Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, what is Roe v. Wade? Explain in detail
The whole
why.
thing about abortion.
Did the Supreme Court go too far in Roe v. Wade? Tell me what you think.
I thought that the court was waiting too far, and then she had the baby because they waited too
long.
While she was rowing.
And waiting in the water.
She was she was rowing. The court was waiting.
And that's why abortion's legal today.
Yay!
The more you know. So this is going on. The boyfriend is like, "You're not going to kill our baby." I don't know what his accent is. I don't know why I went Australian with that.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I went in a big ambiguous accent.
It was the dingo.
The dingo baby.
I don't think he had an accent.
He didn't.
Yeah.
It was Midwestern, just like
He was just like,
everyone
hello.
else except the one girl.
Yeah.
You know.
What state did that take place in, by the way? Did they ever say?
I don't know.
State, it's where it snows, like maybe Texas or Southern California.
I thought it was like Miami, Florida.
Yeah, one of those places. Really cool.
Well, judging by the accent, it was like...
Tijuana. It was definitely Tijuana.
There was a donkey show.
The state of Tijuana.
Yes. Great state.
Yes.
So, the Peter...
Oh, by the way, we haven't even touched on the lieutenant.
I'm getting there. Okay.
What?
You're looking at me like you're interrupting me. You want to tell the story?
Yeah,
Well, we left off at Peter. Hold on, before Brad takes the torch. We left off at Peter going, "Oh, you're gonna kill our baby," and Jess is like, "Watch me do it." And Peter's like, "I have a piano recital tonight. I don't want to screw up."
Oh, yeah, he was a pianist.
Yeah, he's a penis.
Yeah, he was a huge penis.
He was a giant penis. And she's like, "Well, too bad. I'm aborting it. I'm going to murder the fuck out of this baby." And Peter's like, don't go. And then Jess is like, "Blah." And then Peter's like, "I got a recital tonight." Ding, 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 ding. Now it's BJ's turn to talk about the damn movie. Yeah, there you go.
And the John Saxon rolls in. He's like, "What's this about all this stuff going on?"
Partner.
Because he's John Wayne. John Saxon is the lieutenant who is in
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
And New Nightmare.
And Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, in New Nightmare.
And is he in 3?
Yeah. You're on
Is it
IMDb,
3 also?
right?
Yeah. I saw he was in the original and New Nightmare.
He's the daddy cop. And
Daddy Cop, dude.
Continue, BJ. You weren't done. You weren't
Oh, yeah,
done.
you're right. He wasn't 3.
You were doing such a better job telling the story than I was. Keep going.
No, that's all I got.
That's all you wanted.
That's it.
Because I wasn't there yet, but I'll just have to skip over that part when I get there.
I'll
I'll skip over that part when I get there. Is that what you're saying? So
So
Peter has a meltdown after he bombs his recital and destroys his piano. Meanwhile,
Oh, that's right. He fucking went apeshit on that piano.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a cop who actually knows how to do his job. Was a skip over that. That's when I would then know.
It was not Nash.
Normally, I would have Brad then talk about this, but he wanted to jump the gun, so then he's on the scene. And
John Saxon.
he's working with him to figure out who the killer is. He believes it's PETA because Peter is a little unstable,
You're
especially
not saying it right, Zach. You're not saying it right.
Peter.
PETA. PETA.
It's PETA, as in the organization. You know,
Something about animals. I don't know.
what is it?
All I know is they don't like Pokemon.
People that eat tasty animals, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the PETA I'm part of. God, all animals are tasty as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, God, we just lost Peter now.
Yeah, because PETA was really listening to anything to do with horror.
Yeah, I totally support them.
Yeah, oh, I love PETA. You guys aren't crazy at all if you're part of PETA.
You guys didn't know I was vegan, did you?
Oh, you're vegan?
Yeah.
No way.
That explains your terrible taste in pizza. Sorry, it's an inside thing. Brad was asking what pizza we wanted when we were watching the remake tonight, and he had just terrible ideas.
Yeah, Zach and I both said pepperoni. He's like, nope, getting deluxe.
Which has not just pepperoni, but also sausage.
Yeah, sausage is disgusting, first off. Let's get that out of the way. So anyway...
Your sausage is disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
Burn.
So let's get back to the whole... They're trying to find that Peter is the number one suspect.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's like...
They throw in your face. The guy on the phone even says, don't kill the baby, don't kill the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he knows his girlfriend's pregnant. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. It's just... Yeah, like you said, they're throwing it in your face. It's fucking Peter.
Yeah. So obvious it's Peter. But anyway...
At one point, when... I'm probably jumping the gun on this one, too.
Yeah,
Margot
probably.
Kidder.
Yeah, Margot Kidder has sex with Peter.
What?
Wait, is that when she masturbates to the cross?
What?
Am I thinking the right movie?
Wait, hold on. Exorcism.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he... when they show the guy killing Margot Kidder with the little
Oh yeah, you
unicorn
see
thing,
like the shadow.
it's like his profile.
Yeah,
it's
in the
like
shadows.
That's fucking Peter.
Yeah, like you only see his eye lit up,
Yeah,
but
it's
everything
like
else is in
one
shadow.
eye, and then you see his hair.
It's all
and
curly
it's
as fuck, like Peter.
That curly-headed fuck. It's Peter.
Or perm. I guess I don't know if perm is curly.
I don't know if it's a perm. No, perm is curly, or no, right?
It's like
I don't
wavy.
know. I don't know
curly.
hair.
I do, huh? Throw it in my face, the bald guy.
Yeah, Brad, the only one who has a full head of hair.
You know hair.
You've permed your beard, right?
Yeah.
Perm my pubes.
No,
No, I didn't.
let's just say the carpet matches the drapes for me.
They weren't curly enough.
So, Margot Kidder is murdered. Spoilers.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna make it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be
She was
spoilers
just
in
the
this.
most famous one. Well, I think she wasn't famous at the time.
Not at the time. Like her breakout role was, I'm pretty sure, was it Superman?
Probably
Maybe?
Superman.
I was gonna say I was surprised Amityville was after Superman. But
Yeah.
I thought it was like before.
They
That's
probably
a
got-
weird leap to go from Superman to another horror, Amityville. You know?
Yeah. It's like you already did it.
Yeah.
Because usually horror is like this: your foot
Also,
in the
I'm
door.
pretty
when
sure
it comes
Margot
to acting.
Kidder is nude in Amityville.
Ooh,
Or at least you see through. If I remember correctly, she's wearing like something see through, which is basically
Interesting.
might as well be nude.
all right.
Look
Don't
it
go
up,
on your
Brad.
phone, man. Okay.
I'm looking up more information about the movie.
Oh, okay. But Margot Kidder, you're
Margot
just curious
Kidder
about.
nude.
I'm just
Just so happens it's on Margot Kidder.
Margot Kidder. Yeah, I'm looking up more information about the movie.
So, Margot Kidder's dead. That curly-headed fuck, I can't remember her name, Barbara? Phil.
Peter.
One of those. They're all dead at this point. The phone calls keep coming. The cops like, you gotta keep them on the line longer, man.
Yeah.
It's only been 20 minutes. We need another hour before we can find out where the calls are coming from.
It just so happens he keeps calling and calling.
Meanwhile, Peter comes in, and he has an argument with Jess saying, you better not kill our fucking baby or I'll kill you. Basically is what he says. And then
Pretty much. Pretty fucking close. Yeah.
and then he storms out. But, like, there's a realization that Jess comes up with saying it couldn't be Peter on the phone because she got a call, like, right as he was storming out. This is before cell phones. So he couldn't have called. So it can't be Peter. But, so they're still trying to trace this whole thing. They're doing all this stuff. People are dying. Oh, my God. Did you find the picture?
What? No.
No?
No. I'm looking up something else.
Margot Robbie?
No. Now I am.
Matt? What is he looking at? Narc on
Nothing.
him. Narc on him.
Don't look at me.
God, I'm the only professional one here.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Exactly.
I was balls deep into something.
Santa Slay. Oh no, wait.
So...
Okay, so several people get murdered.
Yeah, we're past
we
that.
are past that.
That's when you
Okay.
started looking at naked pictures of Margot Kidder.
They were tracing phone calls. That was pretty much the whole story.
Really, tracing
People
the
get
phone
murdered.
call.
They start tracing phone calls.
And then it's just Jess is the only one left. And then what happens is they find out where the phone call's coming from, like which line it's coming from. They're like, it comes from line 801 2S474. That's the exact number.
Where's it coming from?
Yeah, where's it coming from? They're like, and then so they tell the lieutenant, they go, it's coming from John Nash. And he's all like, it can't be. The call, that's where the calls are coming out of.
Yeah. Where?
Because the calls are coming from inside the house.
Oh, shit!
So there's a second line. They kind of mention it briefly.
Dude, I literally shit my pants.
They
when
do
that
mention
happened.
it earlier in the movie.
I did. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Yeah.
They mentioned it earlier that there is a second line in the house marms.
Yeah, it was quite obvious. So they're like, oh, yeah, we got these two lines, and then there's one other line. And they're like, well, fuck that line. We're not going to check it.
Yeah, which if they had, there we go, could have been in the movie.
Yeah.
So
I was like, the other line. Come on, guys.
Could have saved a lot of lives,
A lot of
people.
lies. So then the lieutenant's like, oh god, we gotta get Jess out of there without telling her. Because she'll just freak out and like probably get killed. So they go to the most competent police officer they can to get a hold of her.
Nash!
Who's like the most retarded person ever.
Can we talk about the fellatio thing?
No, Margot Kidder gave him fellatio, like fellatio street or something like that as their.
It was like their
Yeah, and he
line
thought
or
it was.
something.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, how do you spell that?
yeah.
Then all the guys made fun of him. They're like, fellatio? Really?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, what? Everyone's laughing at him. He's like, it's a dirty thing, isn't it? I'm like,
It is.
Yeah, Nash.
Good job, Nash. So
Obviously, you've never had
Nash
it.
does his job because remember he says whatever you do not tell her that the calls are coming from inside the house. So Nash does his job and promptly tells her
The calls are coming from inside the house.
Don't go upstairs, you dumb bitch, is what he says.
He's like screaming at the phone, don't do it!
Because he says you need to leave right now, go out the front door, don't ask any questions. And then she asks a bunch of questions.
Yeah, like, what's wrong?
Yeah, and then he's all like, the call's coming from inside the house. And she's like, oh, I gotta save my friends. He's like, okay.
All right, bye.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a sequel to this movie, which is more of like a side story about Nash and his retarded life.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to him after he got fired, which probably happened after that whole situation.
So Jess goes upstairs, finds all her friends dead, runs downstairs to the basement. Her boyfriend...
The best place to go if you're being followed by a
obviously.
murderer.
Yeah. Her boyfriend finds her there, PETA, and he's like, Jess, what's going on? And she's like, oh no, you must have killed it. You must have killed them all. Stay back, stay back. And then he goes, and then it switches scenes, like as he gets close to her, slowly. And then the cops finally arrive on time, as they always do, with everyone dead. Just in time.
They found them having intimate sex.
Yes, that's how the movie ends. No, Peter's dead. It looks like Jess has killed him, but Jess is still alive, but she's in shock.
Well, it shows them. It looks like they both were dead.
Yeah, looks like they're both dead.
But then all of a sudden she wakes up. She's like, what? What?
Just like
What's
that.
going
Just like
on?
that. She says all those words.
Guys!
What? I'm alive, guys. I know E equals MC squared and all that. I'm not in shock. She doesn't say a word. She just blinks.
Yeah, she
What?
just opens her eyes. Yeah.
Dude, what's going on here? Totally gnarly. This is my new accent for the rest of the movie,
Where's
man.
my car?
So,
But Peter's dead.
Peter's dead. She's in shock. She must have killed him.
But they didn't check his pulse.
No.
That's true. So much
First,
like...
you know, everyone can be alive.
Yeah, no pulse checking ever done. I mean, just because your eyes are missing doesn't mean you're dead. So,
That's true.
finally, it looks
Can you
like
bleed out your eyes? Like, bleed out?
the movie is over. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, you'd probably die of a heart attack because you're in so much pain. Your heart just goes out. But,
But they don't take her to the hospital. They bring her to her
no,
bedroom.
because it's too much work.
Yeah. It's the 70s.
This is 70s, different time. She'll be fine. Just lay in the bed where she just murdered
I
her
don't think
boyfriend.
hospitals came about till like 1980 something. So
I'm like, hey, walk it off. You're fine.
Yeah, Jesus.
yeah, you're
Trauma queen. So that
Like, use some cocaine. You'll feel better.
she's resting, and then all of a sudden,
phone
the
ring.
phone rings.
Ooh. Zach, who is it?
Billy passed the 3rd grade. Oh, what? You don't know who the killer is. They never really show apparently who the killer is because it wasn't Peter.
They only say it's Billy.
Billy.
He kept saying Billy. But I
Billy.
think it's
Billy.
Peter, but they keep saying Billy. It's like, who the fuck is Billy?
So you never
Billy.
really see who the killer actually is. It's
Billy.
never really
All
shown.
you see is eyeball.
Yeah, but
Billy
apparently
is
he
in
has.
the attic.
It's kind of like a twist, and he has nothing to do with any of the characters. It's not really a mystery at all. Like he's just a random psychopath.
And that's why Zach hated the film, because you never know who it actually is.
I'm just saying, it bugged me that that's how they ended it. I don't know. I get it. I still kind of wanted to know. Like maybe it was Margot Kidder the entire time. She poked her own eyes out, and she was really
And
alive.
then she was like, "Shit, I can't see where I'm going now."
Well, then we can talk about the next movie.
Which is the remake.
Wait, what?
Or reboot, depending on who you talk to.
What? You're telling me it's like the same movie, but like redone?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
With the backstory of Billy.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. So,
Going into the Billy story.
so the remake, 2006,
Go on.
starring Katie Cassidy
And Michelle Attractiveberg.
and Lacey Chabert.
Gretchen Wieners.
Gretchen Wiener.
It's Gretchen Wieners, Zach.
I refuse to watch that shitty movie.
Gretchen Wieners. It's a funny movie.
Yeah, sure. Hilarious.
No, it really is.
You keep
It took
saying
me-
that.
It took me
It's
years
a
and years and
funny
years
movie.
to
Did
Did
finally
you watch it on your
Me
own, or did
too.
you watch it with a
I
girlfriend?
watched it on my own.
You sad sack of shit.
Oh, I at least watched it.
yeah.
I think it
watched
was
with a
like
woman.
I think it was like on Netflix or something.
No, you were a sad sack of shit. No, don't you dare defend yourself.
I watched it with a woman. She's like, "This is funny." I'm like, "Bet not." And then she's like, "Okay, you get really drunk and watch this." And then I laughed.
Everything's
my ass
funny when you're
off.
really drunk. That's cheating.
Oh no, I would watch it again. So
Okay, watch it
think
again
it's
sober.
actually really that.
Watch it
funny.
again sober.
really
let me know.
good.
So, Lacey Chabert, Cobert,
Gretchen Wieners.
that's how you pronounce it. She's in it. Who else is in it?
Michelle Attractive Break.
We already said that.
That one woman is actually in the
one
original.
woman that we never actually mentioned.
I did mention
original.
her. I called her a curly-headed fuck, remember?
Oh, that's a curly-headed fuck?
Well, I also call Peter a curly. I call everyone
Peter the curly-headed
Well, they're
fuck.
both curly-headed fucks. But I remember I said she's upstairs. Barb was upstairs dead. You were looking at Margot Kidder at that time, I believe.
I blacked out. I don't know.
Yeah, so...
Something was going on.
If anyone watching at home wants to rewind to that part...
Andrea Martin, she plays Barbara in the new movie, but she played...
Phil.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah, in the remake.
I was wrong.
So the same actress is in the from the originals in the remake,
Phil?
but this time she's instead of being a sorority sister, she's the house marm.
You mean Phyllis?
Yeah, they call her Phil.
They call her
Why do
Phil
they call her Phil?
because it's a much better name than Phyllis. Apparently, it's much more feminine.
Oh, she kind of looked like a Phil.
Yeah. So the remake is 2006. Much like how the original starts off, it shows.
It's got Michelle Attractive. Oh, but hold on. I want to back up real quick because we didn't even mention the director of the original film.
You pushed us into remake territory. Now you want to back up?
Yeah, I want to back up real quick. Bob Clark. Bob Clark did the original movie, which, I mean, this blew my mind. And then I blew my load.
Tell people at home who Bob Clark is.
Bob Clark. He made a little movie.
Oh my god. Milk it.
No one. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this. Like this teenage film from the 80s. It's called Porky's.
It's a really bad movie, actually.
Well, some people know about it, but he also made this other movie. Like,
Even less known.
Even less known. Like I don't think anyone's heard of this. A little Christmas movie. Another Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's called what is it? A Christmas Story, I believe.
I think I don't even know what it's about. I've never heard of it.
Something about a rifle. Or
all I remember,
something.
Someone told me about like you can lose your eye. If someone loses their eye, or they might lose their eye in it.
But
ho ho ho.
Yeah, I don't know. But
also, the mom was attractive in that movie. I think I hear.
I mean, that's like those were the only two worth mentioning, really.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's all he's done that made him famous.
Oh, also I heard a kid get his tongue ripped off.
No, seriously, I didn't even realize that was him. I was like, holy fuck, that's the same guy.
It's kind of weird that he did that, and then he went to A Christmas Story.
Yeah, well, it was a few years in between, but...
a lot of years in between.
Almost a decade.
Yeah. So...
But it was like, oh, hey, here's this murder mayhem movie, and then, the sweet little family... wholehearted movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy and getting the present they want. Yay!
And yet that one's more
Porky's
well-known.
came out before Christmas Story.
What?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, Porky's came out in 1981.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So it was gore and horror, porn, and then a wholehearted family movie.
Makes sense. So the remake, 2006.
The evolution of movie
Yes,
making.
it starts out kind of like the original.
Yeah, much like the original, the Claire, whatever character, is killed right away.
Yeah.
She's killed.
Oh, almost immediately.
Bagged and tagged.
Like, hey,
They're all
here's
gathered-
someone dead.
They're all gathered around having a little Christmas party. Claire's about to leave, but gets murdered.
But the main difference, the remake and the original, the main difference is they really go into the background of Billy.
Yeah.
The murderer. Like, you actually see who he is. You know his whole backstory beforehand. Like, they talk about his messed up childhood and all that. They really go into detail who this Billy is. Where in the remake, you know nothing about Billy. You never even see him.
We do know that Billy passed the 3rd grade.
Oh, what a wonderful day.
It was a wonderful day, yay.
To kill.
So...
Billy Madison, part 2. He becomes a serial killer.
So apparently everyone knows who Billy is. He's like an urban legend. How he killed his entire family at Christmas and ate his mom. Like, they talk about that. You're looking at me like I'm wrong.
No, you're right. Go on. You just said that like, he ate his mom. Well, whatever.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. You want me to build up to it? Here, I'll build up to the other part.
All right.
So, his mom was, it's just an ordinary day. His mom decided to sleep with her son. Stuff like that. So,
yeah.
I mean, normal mom stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because her husband at the time passed out drunk, and then she was like, still a bit horny, so she goes up to the attic and bangs her son.
Yeah,
Yeah, no big deal.
And then pregnant.
I mean, who hasn't been there, right?
Yeah. So then he has a sister daughter.
Right?
Sister daughter that's a man.
Yeah. We don't know. Let's not presume. Just because it looks like a man doesn't mean it is a man. This is 2018. Let's be progressive, people. So We don't know what the pronoun it likes to go by.
To he, she.
They. I guess they is better
It's
than
a
it.
fairly
Right?
manly
It sounds
woman.
worse than they. They go by. PC.
We're jumping the gun again.
I know. We do
Oh,
that.
God damn it.
So, yeah, we learned about the background of Billy. That's really a lot of the movie.
Yeah.
A lot of the remake is about Billy.
Yeah, there's not really much in between that. It was backstory and then a bunch of killing in the house.
And then the end.
Yeah, there was a lot
Yeah,
more
pretty
killings.
much.
I mean, then the hospital, then the end.
Yeah, they go to the hospital. Yeah,
Yeah, there was
I
a lot
guess
more
we're done.
killings in the remake.
Pretty simple. And they go into Billy. Billy starts killing people. He escapes from the insane asylum. There's a scene with you see him escape.
The only difference, and like the biggest difference in this movie is, well, one,
The focus on Billy.
there weren't any police involved.
In this
It
movie,
was
yeah.
all in the house.
There's no trace in the call. And the phone calls. There's only two. They didn't really focus on the prank phone call.
Yeah, the phone calls were a huge thing in the original.
Although
movie.
the first phone call they get was almost a word for word of one of the phone calls in the original, minus cunt.
Yeah.
They didn't talk
Yeah.
about
They
it.
did not say the word cunt.
They did not say that word.
So,
It's very disappointing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I give it a 0 out of 10.
We'll get to the ratings in a second. Don't jump the gun.
However, there was more nudity in the remake.
Yeah, by one scene.
Barely.
Side boob. Well,
see-
the mom. The
mom,
Yeah.
yeah. It was weird.
Yeah. BJ chubbed up a little bit, I saw.
It was like half.
Had to bring out your microscope there.
Yeah, I did.
Brr.
You got me good, you fucker.
So, yeah, there's more nudity, so that's why BJ is going to probably rate the remake higher than the original.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The five head gets naked.
Oh yeah. Her forehead was bigger than Christina Ricci's.
Jesus. I never thought Christina Ricci had a big forehead.
I didn't either.
She's famous for her forehead.
She's famous for her forehead.
Yes.
Nothing else but her forehead.
Yes.
Not for being in the Addams Family cast for The Friendly Ghost and Black Snake Moan, and I don't know what else she's been in, to be honest.
Monster.
You like Black Snake Moan and
Other stuff.
I think she did something.
I don't
Let's
know.
go back to Black Snake Moan in that one scene she did and should have won an Oscar for.
Yeah,
Which
she did
scene?
Monster.
I've never seen Black Snake Moan.
Oh, dude, she was totally naked in it. It was great.
In Black Snake Moon?
Wait, what?
Are you serious?
I've never seen Black Snake Moon. I know.
Oh my god,
haven't
you're
either.
looking at me like, am I the? Wow. Okay.
Well,
Well,
why'd you watch Black Snake Moan?
I never saw Black Snake Moan.
What?
I've only seen parts of Black Snake Moan.
Well, that's why. Jeez, BJ literally goes to the alphabet of celebrities and like Googles to see if they've ever been naked before. I think he's at the Z's almost.
It's been 10 years.
His life's
started
work.
at A.
His life's work is almost complete. So, Christina Ricci naked. That's something I learned. I knew she wore like a skimpy white thing. I know she gets naked. I only
no,
remember from
she-
the previews.
Yeah, she not.
Is she
they
naked
were
in
not gonna show
Casper?
that in the
What about
in
Amsterdam?
Casper?
She naked?
What was she like 14?
Yeah. I was like 8 when that came out. So
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought Lindsay Lohan was hot in The Parent Trap. I was like also 12. So
no, you were like 16 when you saw it. 18 actually. 22. We just watched it last week. You're like,
guys, have you heard about this movie? We
Parent
just
Trap.
saw it.
BJ's like, man, Lindsay Lohan was hot at one point. I'm like, yeah, we all know. Like, you know, after during Mean Girls and all that. And he's like, no, The Parent Trap. Peak Lindsay Lohan. So
Where did we leave off on the remake?
I don't even know where we're
God
at.
damn.
We're all over the place. Nudity.
Peter.
Nudity, oh, yeah.
Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci's in it. No, she's
Okay.
not. So there's nudity
Oh, the
involved.
five head. We're talking about the
Five
five head.
head. She gets drunk. She's the Margot Kidder of the movie.
Yeah, because she gets drunk and passes out and then gets murdered.
Yeah.
The end.
She has a nice booty.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah. She's a white girl. I don't know. She's kind of. Oh. What? Don't look at me like that.
Okay.
Matt's looking at me like he's not married to Brazilian.
So you should
I
watch
am.
the movie and judge for yourself.
Yes.
So anyway, there's that scene, which is important because what's going on is that yellow bastard, Billy in this case is
That's right,
yellow.
He was yellow. He was like a Simpsons.
He had like a
character.
liver disease or whatever.
He drank too much.
He has a baby. So,
Wah, give me the whiskey.
Wham, beer dead.
so he's like, the sorority is actually in his house, as his childhood house, because after he killed his mom, he killed his stepdad or his mom's boyfriend or whatever, killed his daughter's sister. He killed all of them because he was sick and tired because he was locked in the attic.
His stepdad killed his dad, so he killed his mom and his stepdad.
And he wounded. He didn't kill his daughter's sister. He poked her eye out.
Poked
his daughter's sister's eye out.
He just went crazy, and then what he did to his mom is he got the cookie cutter.
Oh yeah.
He got the cookie cutter, like an angel cookie cutter. You cut all your cookies, and he put it on her flesh and made flesh cookies.
Yeah,
flesh angels.
He was like dipping them in milk.
He was dipping them in milk, and the cops came and eating them. And
it was a pretty good kill. I like that.
So
I was really confused about who was who and who's related and
what.
It was like Game of Thrones.
I
just couldn't.
It's
keep
just
track.
Billy and his daughter's sister.
Yeah, I don't know.
What web are you?
Daddy and like there was other sisters involved.
There was a dad
related to them.
What?
And, I don't know.
There was a dad and a mom, and then mom and boyfriend kill dad. And then mom and boyfriend get together. I think they're married.
But I was also confused about the other people. Like, it was the one dude was banging like 3 of the girls in the house. I don't even know.
2.
Was it 2 though?
Maybe more. 2 than we know
One was
of.
a brunette, but then one was a blonde.
No,
but
she was
he
never a
with one of the
brunette.
other
Oh my
blondes.
God.
Oh, wait, women look the same,
I don't think Brad watched the movie.
You didn't watch the
I
movie.
did
It's
not
not
watch the
confusing.
movie.
He slept with this one chick, and then he was seeing the other chick.
Yeah,
Then
That's
they
it.
got caught boning
On the internet because he was videotaping
But she was already
himself.
dead, right?
yeah, she was already dead.
Okay.
And then the one girl saw that little porno on the
And got really upset.
He got really
And he's
upset,
like, "It's before we met, babe.
Yeah.
I swear.
There's no date on it, right? Nope, that's before we met."
I mean, look here. Yeah, we're good.
We need to talk about, though, the eyeballs. All the eyes that pop out in this movie. It's like a fucking Sam Raimi
Dude, there's
film.
more eye. Like every kill involves the eye in some way, shape, or form.
Every single one. There's even an eye. There's eyes everywhere.
The
in the movie.
screensaver for the computer that has a porno on it has a floating eye.
Yeah.
Yep.
The poster on the wall has that guy with the bulging eyes.
Yeah.
And I think
Very
it zooms into the word eye or something. I don't
related,
know.
very eye related movie. Like I don't know what the meaning is or.
What I thought was funny was they never once played the song. Do you see what I see?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Right?
They're not that creative in that movie, so.
Yeah, making cookies out of your mom, not creative.
He was more worried about the killing than he was.
Yeah, that's like the one Christmas song they could have put in, and it's like, oh, I get it.
Oh,
All
shit,
right.
we forgot.
Maybe it's copyrighted.
Maybe it's a fucking Christmas song.
I don't know. Maybe
All
the
Christmas,
maybe the
no
family
Christmas songs are copyrighted.
Maybe the
None of
family.
them.
Not a single one.
Not a single one.
I'll let Madonna know. I'll let
Madonna? What?
Mariah Carey.
She did a Christmas song?
Santa Baby. I don't know if that's the original. I doubt it.
Oh, I don't know. I know Mariah Carey did one.
Which one?
Which one?
I don't know.
Which Christmas song did Mariah Carey do?
Yeah.
You're asking that right now?
I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you not know? Are you just trying to?
I know what it is.
What? You don't know? What is it? Yeah.
what
just so you
what
can
is
let
it?
Zach know, let me know
about it.
too.
What is it? Let me know. What's the name of it? Now.
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
It's a remake.
There is just one thing I need.
It's a remake. It's
a
not
remake?
fair. I'm pretty sure.
You need a reboot?
Reboot, remake. Is that the song to Christmas Vacation?
No.
What's the song Christmas Vacation started off?
Not that.
Okay, well, I'm going to look this up afterwards, and I'm going to post
No,
a
that's definitely a Mariah
addendum
Carey
to
song.
this video saying I was right, that Mariah Carey was not the first person to sing that song.
Alright.
I don't know. Mariah Carey can suck a
Pretty
dick.
sure that's her song.
Yeah, she can.
I know from experience. You know, me and her got
Got
it
it
going
going
on.
No, you
No, you didn't.
No, but a friend of mine.
No,
No,
they
you
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah, we can imagine, right? So
It was that damn Sasquatch.
we've just been quoting Billy Madison because the name of the guy's Billy.
Billy!
I'm just quoting Billy Madison the entire time. So
What day is it?
October.
Nudie Magazine Day!
All right, so then we figure out Billy is like sneaking around the house because the sorority house was once his house when he was a kid. So
When he was in the 3rd grade.
he was sneaking
he
around.
passed it.
He's sneaking around voyeuring on people, not lawyering.
That's a great
Voyeuring.
hobby, by the way.
Voyeuring.
Voyeuring? Being a voyeur?
It's an underrated hobby. You know, they don't get the
Yeah.
respect they deserve. So he was doing that. He was sneaking around. He was slowly picking off the girls one at a time. All the kills pretty much had something to do with the eyeball, except for Lacey Shabernacle.
Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah, that one. He just stabbed her in the back of the head.
I like
with
how
like
Matt
a,
knows this. You have no idea what's going on. You're like, Gretchen who?
Zach's never going to watch
I'm not
it.
gonna watch Mean Girls. I know
We
it's
should
from
all
Mean
watch Mean Girls together.
No,
Let's do it.
It's the three of us guys.
I don't care. I don't even care that Tina Fey wrote it. I like Tina Fey. I'm still not gonna watch it.
Oh, Tina Fey did write that.
Yeah.
movie. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, even I knew that. I've never seen the movie.
Ew. I'm Zach.
I know more than you do.
Well, I'm not gonna watch Mean Girls ever. So
All right.
I don't care. I don't care if it
You're
wins every
lost.
Oscar. I don't watch a lot of movies that are great. Like I don't know any movies. Moonlight, Blue Moon,
What?
Black Moon, Snake
Moonlight?
Moon, something.
Moonlight? One that just came out?
Blue Black Snake Moon? What?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's about a gay black guy. I don't know.
Yeah, Moonlight.
I
never saw it either.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
It
go
won
watch
like
that.
best movie last year. Or something.
you came
Oh,
to
last year?
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't know. I
You
don't keep up.
you came to me and you're like, you know what's a great movie? Pitch Perfect. Brad comes up to me and says Pitch Perfect's his favorite movie of all time.
That
Which
one,
was
I would
good.
never watch
Oh,
that
is that
one.
the one with
The acapella singing group that you Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, that movie sucked. It
That's not what you told me.
was terrible.
Yeah.
Brad's winking at me.
I hated every minute of it.
Brad, why are
So-
you winking at me?
So Brad, your taste is in suspect. So anyway, voyeuring, killing, slashing. The remake is like
Slashing
the
through
remake.
the snow,
honestly,
would
let's
you
put it this
say?
way. Yes, good one. The remake is about as off the cuff and off topic as we are. Really, it's kind of all over the place. the
It
remake.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
It is like it keeps going in and out
that's
of
what-
like the story. It goes in and out of the killing. The killings
why-
were awesome though.
That's why I like the original. The original had a...
Story.
Yes, it had a linear story.
Yeah,
Where the remake... Yeah, it was all
it's
over
like
the
ADD
place.
almost.
Yeah, it was like, oh, hey, this is what's going on currently, and then, oh, let's flashback, and then current times, and flashback, and then what?
In the middle of a kill, like he's about to stab a girl, and then like the song Baba. Oh my god,
Hotep?
no,
Bob.
not Teenage Wasteland. What do they call it? Bobby O'Reilly. It starts playing like you know that famous like the intro to Bobby O'Reilly when they go
Oh, yeah.
like it's in slow motion as a knife comes down and she's like, I bet you're all asking yourself, how did I get here? Let's flash back to the story of Billy. Like you know, it's like it's how it feels like. It's like they kept on flashing back. Like, I don't
It's
get
like
it.
any Who song. Like, Wah!
So
Take the beginning of CSI.
yeah. Like, how did I get here? How did this moment happen where I'm about to be stabbed? Let's flash back to 1970. It was the age of rock. I don't know.
And they had no rock bands.
What are you talking about?
I'm not saying that the age did not have rock bands. They didn't have any rock in the movie.
Oh, okay. I was saying the 70s is definitely the age of rock.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it.
We're in agreement. Good.
All right, fine.
Wait, great, grand, wonderful.
No yelling on the bus!
Just gonna quote Billy Madison the entire time.
This is the Billy Madison episode.
Yeah. The only good Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Well, Happy
There
Gilmore.
we go, more.
Waterboy, debatable. So, there's some good lines in Waterboy.
Yeah.
Part 2's coming out.
I
Oh,
like
man.
Little Nicky.
Eh.
Yeah, some good
Little
stuff.
Nicky was
in it.
pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
Big Daddy was like the real last good one, though.
If you say so. I like Jack and Jill, personally. That's my favorite.
I don't even
Don't
know
mess
what
with
that is.
Zohan. Great
Funny
movies.
people.
Oh, I will kill you.
I thought Funny People's pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
Zohan was fucking awful.
This is a horror podcast. I swear.
Oh yeah, we don't watch
Don't mess with
comedy movies.
Zohan was a horror movie.
Well, to be fair, we originally
horrified while watching.
talked that this would be a movie podcast. We decided, horror and podcast instead of a movie because we are fans of obvious. If you couldn't tell, we're huge fans of like movies in general. It's not like we've been referencing a bunch
movies
of
in
different
general.
movies. You mean?
Oh, general movies. Trying to make a reference.
Fail. So the remake very violent compared to the 70s.
No, hold on. A violent horror movie, Zach? I do not like that.
The original was not violent.
Yeah, the original
Not
did
really.
not have as many kills as the remake.
It was fairly violent.
No, you didn't see it. The
Not
violence was
as-
all done off screen. Like you see a bag go over someone's head, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, similar to I don't know. It was a little 1978 movie called Halloween.
Halloween had some violence in it, though.
Literally no blood.
Really?
No blood in that movie.
I didn't rewatch it. I remember.
Yeah. Not a single bit of blood.
You know, I think you're right now I'm thinking about it. I can't think of a time if there was, wouldn't have been, but yeah, it was no obvious, like...
It was off-screen gruesomeness.
Yeah.
They would have a body. Yeah, no blood in that movie.
Because it wasn't... it's been so long since I've seen the Ridge. I know you watched it before. We watched the sequel, Halloween, right?
Oh, I've watched it many times.
I've watched it a lot.
I watched it almost every day before I go to sleep.
It's been about 2 or 3 years since I've seen it.
I dream about it.
If I remember correctly, doesn't someone get impaled?
I masturbate to John Carpenter.
Isn't someone impaled by a fire poker or something? Doesn't someone get impaled by a fire poker in that one?
In Halloween?
Yeah.
No, you're talking about...
It's a Rob Zombie remake.
We're literally talking about the movie we just watched.
I'm just saying about the blood. You're the one who got me off topic with Halloween. I was being on top of the blood and gore of the remake and the lack thereof of the Ridge.
The blood and the gore and the eyeballs and the doing and the going. And
so the original was all over the place, but I'm gonna give let's do a pros and cons of each. We'll each give our pros and cons.
Okay.
You can tell me if you agree. The pro of the I'm gonna start with the remake since we just finished talking about it. The pros of the remake, I would say, is it goes into more detail about Billy, which is kind of interesting in a way, but
the backstory.
Yeah,
the backstory is always interesting.
I really like the scene with the... Stop throwing shit at me before I murder you. I will...
Trying to put stuff in my beer.
So...
Making me sad.
The original had that. You guys agree that was interesting? They kind of go in the background, and the whole making cookies out of your mom was pretty...
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mom cookies.
And the whole mom banging the son.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Probably the best part of the whole film.
It fit in really with modern day porn, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely.
It's socially acceptable now.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, no, she was his actual mom, not his stepmom.
Ah, yes.
Which, yeah.
The one thing I didn't like about the remake, since we were talking about the daughter... sister thing.
Oh yeah, sister-daughter is one of the killers.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
I mean, they're in cahoots at the end.
Yeah, and he almost tried to kill her.
I didn't realize that until we were talking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
like they were teaming up.
They barely went into that.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, oh, that's a thing. Oh, it's not.
What was her name? Abigail or something?
Agnes.
Agnes. Played by a dude.
Played by a dude, we assume. That's assumption.
Kind of a dude's name.
No, his name is Dean, the guy who played... The person... You're not going to trick me into being politically incorrect. The person who plays Agnes, who identifies as female in the movie, may identify as either male or female in real life. But they tend to have, in this gender-fluid society we would consider it to be more masculine features.
Because of the penis.
That is part of it.
His big feet.
But the penis has nothing to do with gender. As we know, you can have a penis and still be gendered female.
You know what they say about big feet.
Let's not get ourselves confused. Today's society is very clear cut. It's very clear cut. You have to uncover your beer sometime.
No, seriously.
It's very...
Gotta drink it sometime.
You gotta drink it sometime, bitch.
If you have big feet, you have the penis.
Yeah. So...
That's that.
In today's society, you can have a penis and be female. That's just how it is today. Now, you're talking about sex. You were born. We're talking about gender versus sex.
Baby.
Agnes is a dude. It's
talking
a dude.
about you and me.
The actor's a dude. Dean something. He even used the pronoun his. I looked into all that. So the guy who plays Agnes is a dude. Very obviously a dude. Because it's supposed to be an inbred, I guess, person.
I guess. Supposed to be,
I suppose. So
Here,
Agnes,
son, let me fuck that dick.
That yellow dick.
So Agnes is in on it, so there's two killers.
That was Peter. Hey, he did not have curly hair in the remake, alright? Let's get that clear.
His name wasn't even Peter in the remake.
There was no Peter.
Alright, so...
Or penis.
So we got the pro...
The Peter was what went inside the mom.
We got... Jesus. We got a pro and a con. We got a pro and a con for the remake. Anyone have another pro for the remake?
For the remake?
Yeah.
Okay, we already talked about the backstory. Michelle Trachtenberg.
She was barely in it, man.
I know that. Yeah. That was a con. I'd say that was a con that she was barely in the movie.
I'll give a pro.
I was a big fan of her back in the day.
The kills were much more creative.
Yeah.
Yes,
I agree.
It was much more gruesome.
Yeah,
a lot more eyeballs.
Eyeball related.
A lot of eyeballs.
I liked the eyeball Christmas tree.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Christmas tree with eyeballs all over it.
Yeah, she poked their eyes out.
Oh, that's right.
It was great with the topper being an actual head.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a thing about him being a voyeur or something. Why they focused on the eyes so much.
Oh, who's thinking too deeply into it now?
I don't know. I am. All right, so let's do.
That was a thing. Though he was always looking in.
Any other pros or cons for the remake before we talk about the original pros and cons?
Pros and cons.
Yeah, if you have a con about the original,
I got a lot of cons about the fucking hot garbage of the remake. It was
okay.
Dumpster fire.
It was a dumpster fire.
There you go. He said it. He said the word of the day. Ah!
You win nothing.
So we should definitely have a word of the day.
But aside from the backstory and the gruesomeness of it, I thought it was just kind of shit.
Yeah.
The story wasn't great.
The kills were great. It was very entertaining and all, but compared to the original, I thought it was kind of shit.
Yeah, the story was okay. Okay, let's do the original pros and cons. Pro, the original had a pretty interesting whodunit story kind of in it.
It was hilarious. The first 30 minutes, I was laughing so much.
Because of the marm?
The original.
Because the alcoholic?
Yeah, the alcoholic woman, like, the cat, like, by the way, did I mention the cat was the actual...
Killer?
The actual antagonist in the whole movie.
Yeah, obviously.
She kept looking for that cat.
Yeah.
That
costume
She'd be alive if
she
she didn't look for that cat.
But yeah, she's like, "Oh, Claude, where are you?
Claude. So
no, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you remember they showed that picture of the old woman?
Yeah,
and she was like
flipping them off.
Yeah, flipping them off.
You got verbalize.
I flipped off.
You got to verbalize. They can't see.
Zach,
they can't see
the finger.
No, it was funny.
She was probably looking for the cat because she probably had a pint of booze in its ass.
I don't know if it was super funny.
But in between, it was also super creepy.
Yeah, okay.
Especially for the time.
I was going to say, one of the pros is the creepiness of the phone calls.
Yes.
The phone calls were creepy. It wasn't cheesy. It was actually creepy, which you don't see often in these horror movies that can scream. It's cheesy. They're trying to come off as creepy, but it's not. Like, what's your favorite scary movie? This is an actual, like, unhinged person on the phone.
But what blows my mind is when you look at it and like, oh, this is 1974.
Yeah.
Like, movies like this aren't made.
Right. This is like one of the first. And it looked very independent. I don't know how independent it was.
It was still, like, well done, though.
Yeah, it was. But, like, I don't know if you saw the beginning. Like, it said something in conjunction with, I can't remember. It looked... it looked like it's like a, I don't know, school or something. I have to look and see. I'm curious about it. I'm not saying it's independent. Like the quality's not good. The quality is definitely that of a movie of the '70s, like in the theaters.
Yeah,
I'm curious if it started as independent.
It's not bad quality.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, it had Margot Kidder in it. Again, this is before she's famous, but
so it means nothing.
Well, no, but the story's good. The creepy.
Ambiguous accented lady.
Attractive? Is that what you're gonna say?
I thought she was pretty
attractive. I wasn't
attractive.
gonna go there, but yeah, she's super hot.
All right, con. I'll give a con. At times, parts of the story can drag on a little bit.
It did drag on slightly.
I get the whole importance of the bugging the phone and all that, but like, they really have to show us the.
They did drag that out a little
phone
bit.
company. Yeah, go up and down each aisle.
Yeah. Pro the boyfriend. The boyfriend. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be the boyfriend because it's too obvious. You know, horror movies. And
they really made it obvious.
And so you knew that couldn't be him because it's too obvious. It's always the person that you somewhat expect, but not least expect or most expect.
Yeah.
So, but the boyfriend was kind of creepy at certain times. Like when he told him like not to kill the baby when he destroyed his piano with a weight set and all that.
Kind of creepy? The guy was a psychopath.
We don't know. He didn't kill anyone.
No. He was a psychopath whether or not he killed anyone.
I mean, he was just a bit...
He was a fucking...
off his rocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
let's
was
see.
off.
Con... man, I don't know. I guess it could be considered a con, but the kills weren't anything it was very 70s
kills.
kills.
What you don't see is creepy.
Yes.
It was one of those.
You never really see actual kills. You see a bag go over someone's head, a stab, like the motion to stab someone, but you don't see the actual stabbing itself.
It didn't have that gruesome factor to it.
But you still see the bodies like all lined up and like in the rocking chair upstairs in the attic and stuff.
Like,
so
the new movie had like blood spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
but there's some creative kills at the same time.
Yeah. No, I did like the kills.
All right, let's do a score out of 10. Let's start with. You want to start with the original? What we thought of the original score out of 10?
Sure. You want to do the original?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 being shit, 10 being gold. So, remember, the only movie, I've only given 2 movies a 10. I think there might be only 2 movies I've ever given a 10 in all of history. That's Evil Dead series and Halloween.
Series.
Well, I guess those, I mean...
3.
Yeah.
So 3 movies.
4 movies, because... Well,
4.
I said Evil Dead 3 was... Army of Darkness was like a 9.5.
What about Die Hard?
I'm talking about horror.
Damn it, we already established this.
Yeah. No, the best Christmas movie ever is a 10, but... So...
Die Hard is not a 10. It's a 12.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so good.
So good. I liked it before it was a meme and all that. Anyway, so 10. I haven't given a lot of movies 10s, so I'm not giving this one a 10. I'm just trying to build you up to think I'm giving it a 10. I'm not giving it a 10.
Oh, I was actually thinking you were going to give it a 10.
The original, I give
I
it...
feel like you're going to be like the Peter the whole thing. You're like, I'm not going to give it a 10. It's a 9.9.
I give the original 7.5, maybe an 8. I give it an 8.
The original? Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree with you.
I agree.
Zach.
I also give it an 8.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's a great movie. I mean, you gotta look at the era.
It was well done.
It's the era. It was
even despite the era is what blew my mind the most, because I was watching the whole thing. I'm like, this is so good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it makes it so much better knowing when it was made.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a good movie, but with the era, it's just it's an amazing movie.
Yes.
Because keeping the era in mind, like you said, it came out probably the same time. I don't know which one came out first. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So
I would assume Texas Chainsaw came out first.
Maybe.
Earlier in that year, and that movie
because
came
Black
out
Christmas probably came out November,
Christmas.
December, yeah. So, I mean, they were made at the same time.
They were both being made around the same, yeah.
So, I mean, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's what you said. It's what you don't see. It's what you don't see. That's the best part of it. Plus, Margot Kidder's in it. I'm like, Lois Lane, call Superman, you dumb bitch.
Like I said, Halloween, the first Halloween movie, it wasn't gruesome.
No, yeah.
It was.
Thinking back upon
it was more creepy.
Yeah, suspenseful, creepy.
Yeah.
Those phone calls were, it kind of creeped me out. Those phone calls.
Oh yeah, those phone calls were super creepy. All right, so I give it an 8. You give it an 8?
I give it an 8.
So
and Brad, are we in agreement? We give it triple 8.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a moist 8.
A moist 8.
Moist 8. A big old
A
sloppy
lickily
wet
8. The adjective lickily. Lickingly.
Lickingly.
The adjective. So, that brings us to the remake. 1 out of 10. What do you think? Remember, 5 being average, of course. Really like a 6.5 and higher means like a slightly above average.
I'd give it like a 6.
A 6, so
yeah,
kind of like a little better than average, but not much outside of average.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt?
I'd probably give it a
Give it a fuck.
You give it a fuck?
I was about to say 4, but I did like all the kills in it. It was really gruesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like it that much to give it a higher than a 5.
I feel like that was the big difference. Like the new
Story
movie had the
versus
gruesome factor.
The acting
the
was
original had
really
the story.
terrible in it, and not in like a cheesy, campy way, but it was just.
Yeah, somehow the original had better acting in the 70s, which is weird because usually, like, you look back at 70s movies, not all, because obviously Halloween's well acted.
Nobody knows who any of those actors are in the original movie.
They're nobodies, as far as we know.
I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay. I might have to agree with Brad. I might give it a 6. I mean, I don't think it's anywhere between. I don't know. It's hard. 5.5. I'll split the difference.
All right.
5.5. 5.5.
We kind of generally agree on this one.
Yeah. I mean, and so obviously the winner is. I know we keep saying that one day the remake will win, but not today's episode because much like Evil Dead, although Evil Dead was much closer. It was much closer of a vote.
I loved it all.
Yeah,
everything.
I love the series. The series of Evil Dead is great.
It's so good.
But you can't ever beat the original because that's one of the things that really sparked my renaissance of love for horror. Is when I watched it again in high school.
By the way, have we even talked about Terrifier in this episode?
No, we're talking about next episode.
Terrifier.
All right, so I think it's safe to say that again. We'll take the average of all of us. So the average is 5.8 was the average roughly.
5.8
of the
remake.
remake.
That in your head?
Yes. The remake is around 5.8 between the three of us.
All right, Rain Man.
I don't know, I guess.
It's 5.8. 5.8.
Well, it's like 5.75 technically, if I'm rounding up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not hard math. It's not hard math.
Math is hard math.
Someone's going to do the math like, no, actually, Zach, it's 5.75496. It's not hard math. You said 6, he said 5, I said 5.5.
No, that's not hard math.
That's not hard math.
So anyway, we'll say 5.8 is the average we gave the remake. The original, we gave it an 8. So it's pretty clear that the original wins.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so before we call it an episode, wow, somehow we still always hit over the hour, even when we don't watch movies.
Yeah.
We like to talk.
Way off topic.
I love it.
That's the whole bit. We like to go off topic. We're very what do you call that? Pop culture-y.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine, you're out.
I suppose that's what you call this.
All right. Before we go, I want to talk about reboot versus remake.
Go on.
You said that we should call these reboots versus original versus reboots.
I have heard that they are more reboots. They're considered reboots.
Okay, so you know the difference between a reboot and a remake, right?
Obviously.
A reboot...
You're about to tell me is what I was going to say.
A reboot is a restarting of a series. Like you reboot your computer. Have you tried turning it on and off again? That's
Many
a reboot.
Times. That's how I get rid of the viruses.
That's how you get rid of the Russian porn viruses, yes. That's a reboot. A reboot's when you start a series new. Now, I can see the argument for the Evil Dead being a reboot, because they kind of set up, it's almost like its own universe in a way, so it's almost like a reboot more than a remake, because it's so much different in a lot of ways.
It's like in the same universe, though.
Exactly, so it's more of a
The Delta's there! Yeah. The Delta's in the movie!
I can see an argument for reboot. However, there's never been a second episode, so the series has not been rebooted, because there's only been that one movie. So you can't consider that a reboot. A reboot's like I mentioned earlier, Battlestar Galactica was a reboot. There's the 70s and the early 2000s, they rebooted it. It wasn't a remake. It completely changed the story. The Cylons were now human-looking, and it told a whole new story.
So would you consider this one a remake?
A remake, yeah. Definitely a remake with their own added stuff, because they didn't tell a new story. I mean, they told the story of Billy, but the Billy was a killer in the Ridge. So it's not like they changed it up or anything. I mean, it's not like they had a backstory and they changed like the fundamentals of it. A reboot kind of changed the fundamentals of a thing. It's like the same universe, like same skeleton, but different stuff. Like it's like I'm trying to think of other reboots in movie history.
The key word in fundamentals is fun, though.
Ah, yeah.
So
a remake is more paying like homage to movies. Like it's not.
It's homage.
It doesn't have to be a shot for shot. Is what I'm saying.
No.
Okay, for example, the second The Hills Have Eyes. I'd call the second one almost like a reboot.
The second Hills, I never saw the original second Hills.
I'm not talking about the original. I'm talking about the reboot version because it's a completely different story. They really went off the.
Now I will throw that word in dumpster fire of a fucking movie.
Yeah, well, just like the original.
What, the
second
remake?
One. No,
Yeah.
the second.
The
The
Hills Have
second
Eyes
one.
2.
remake.
That was bullshit.
Never saw
I don't know
that.
why they did it in the first place because
Well, I
the
heard-
original Hills Have Eyes 2 was shit to begin with.
I heard
Wes
the second one
Craven
was bullshit anyway.
He take my name off it, please.
But I was like, why did they make a second one? Because this is like, no.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a future episode, which will be
Hills
a
Have Eyes,
really.
absolutely.
That's going to be a close one. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
That's going to be a close one because that one might have the remake winning.
Whoa!
Just saying.
God, don't give away.
Spoilers.
All right. So yeah, the reboot versus remake, the difference. Sound out below if you made it this far and you want to give your 2 cents the difference between a reboot and a remake. In my opinion, a remake is basically the same movie just redone. Like The Watchmen. I mean, it's not like there's never been a remake, like an original movie, but The Watchmen's almost a remake of the comic, the Watchmen movie.
Isn't that the whole point?
Yes, but it's a reboot would be like I don't know, completely different. It's hard to explain. It'd be like The Watchmen go to space and fight aliens. That would be a reboot.
So like Jason X.
Yeah.
He didn't fight aliens though. Ooh. What about? Ooh. Hold on.
Are you thinking of a reboot?
Quick segment. Quick segment.
Okay, go for it.
Jason versus Alien.
Should we save that?
Maybe.
Let's save that.
Yeah, we'll save it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, we're kinda-
I don't want to rush it. I don't want to rush it because
Nah.
we are well
Sorry.
over.
Just off the top of my head. Go
All
on.
right, guys. So our next episode will be coming out a week from when you hear this. It's on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be recording before Christmas Eve, but it'll be coming out Christmas Eve. It's going to be Santa's Sleigh.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing I need.
What's that?
horror movies.
Oh, same here. On VHS.
There you go. The only way to watch, apparently. Okay. So it's been real all. This will be posted on SoundCloud and all that. Follow us on the Facebook group if you haven't already. Twitter, I'll be getting back on that. And please, Patreon. You know, maybe I can one day quit my job and actually focus on this because that'd be great.
I still need to get that email for...
Oh, shite. Yeah, I got to send
I still need to take over Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram will be coming up. I keep forgetting.
I don't have the email.
It's my bad. Jesus.
But I'm letting it... He's been busy, so...
Busy.
All right.
I'm busy.
All right.
I'll forward it. Give me a second. I'll forward it. Actually... Text me. Well, I don't want to do
This
this
is a good conversation to have on.
So, anyway, this is Zach saying, I get the last word.
No, me.
No, me.
No, bye.